Beneath the vaulted ceilings of the Sanctum of Eternal Radiance, the air was thick with incense and tension. The great hall, a masterpiece of alabaster stone and golden filigree, had never seen such a gathering, nor had it ever echoed with such anger and desperation. At the head of the hall, beneath the towering statue of Amara, stood High Priestess Isolde Valkyria, her silver-threaded robes catching the flickering light of the sacred braziers. Her serene beauty was marred by worry, her normally unshakable composure strained as she faced the assembled leaders of the faiths. Across from her, adorned in crimson and obsidian, stood Archpriest Kalar of Set, the god of balance and judgment. His face was etched with age and wisdom, his dark eyes flickering with the burden of a truth he could not ignore. Around them, the highest priests and priestesses of Amara and Set filled the chamber, their voices rising like a storm, their unity already fractured before the battle had even begun. "This is folly!" cried High Priest Vareth of the Eastern Sanctum, his gold-ringed fingers slamming against the stone table. "You speak of a nameless darkness, a power that has yet to challenge the divine directly. We risk everything for shadows." "Shadows?" scoffed Priestess Alira Vathis, her sapphire eyes burning with fury. "Have you not heard the whispers? Have you not seen the portents? The city of Veltarsis is lost, once a beacon of our faith, now a den of depravity and suffering, and you would call it mere shadows?" "Enough!" Isolde's voice cut through the chaos, firm and commanding. "We stand upon the precipice of war, not against men, nor even demons, but against something greater, something outside the balance of creation. If we do not act, we risk more than losing a city. We risk losing the favor of the gods themselves." Kalar nodded solemnly. "You speak the truth, Valkyria. We have seen the signs. The darkness moves against us, spreading its roots through the hearts of men and twisting them beyond redemption. We cannot turn a blind eye any longer." "Then what do you propose?" Vareth sneered. "An alliance with Set's followers? Your god is balance, not war. He has sat idle while corruption festered. Why should we place our faith in him now?" Kalar's eyes darkened, his voice as steady as a judge delivering a sentence. "Because even balance must tip when the scales are broken. This thing, this queen of darkness, it is not merely corruption. It is an affront to the very order of existence, and we will not stand idle while the world crumbles." A tense silence followed. Then slowly, the priests and priestesses of both faiths exchanged uncertain glances. One by one, heads bowed in reluctant acknowledgement. "So be it," Isolde said, her voice both resolute and grim. "We will fight together." Kalar inclined his head. "Then let us summon our champions." From across the lands, the greatest warriors of Amara and Set were called. From the holy citadel of Valmir came Seraphis Dawnblade, the blade saint of Amara, his golden armor gleaming, his sunfire greatsword said to burn through the darkness itself. From the deserts of Akarat came Lady Zephyra Al-Kareth, the veil-born sorceress whose winds could tear apart armies and whose magic bore the blessing of the storm god himself. And from the ruins of Kyrith, the land where war never ceased, came General Rovan Vex, the steel-touched warrior whose blade had felled kings and whose strength was unmatched in all the realms. Together, they would lead the armies of the faithful against the darkness that threatened to consume the world. Their target was clear: Veltarsis, and the one who ruled it. Far from the Holy Council, within the shadowed corridors of her grand palace in Veltarsis, Daemonweaver stood alone, her hands trembling as she pressed them against the cold stone of her chamber. Her breath came in uneven gasps, her heart pounding in her chest, but not from rage, not from hunger. From something else? Something she had not felt in so long. Sir Edric. The sight of him, the fire in his eyes, the strength in his voice, the sheer unyielding will that had radiated from him even as he fell before her, had stirred something buried deep within her. Memories, not of pain, not of darkness, but of love. She saw herself as she had once been, clad in robes of ivory, standing beneath the flowering arches of the Temple of Amara. The sun had bathed the courtyard in golden light, and in that light she had turned to him. Sir Edric, not yet the hardened knight he had become, but a man of honor, of devotion, whose laughter had been like music to her soul. They had met in secret, hidden from the eyes of the temple, for love was forbidden to those who served Amara so closely. And yet, despite the risks, they had found each other time and time again. His lips had spoken her true name, not the cursed moniker she now bore. His hands had held her, not in possession, but in reverence. And she had loved him. Truly, deeply, until it was all ripped away. Until she was betrayed. Until they cast her down. Until she became this. Her fingers dug into the stone as she trembled, her breath shallow. Daemonweaver? Lothenia's voice slithered into her mind, but this time she did not immediately welcome it. You hesitate, my love. Daemonweaver straightened, her face hardening. No, she lied, her voice smooth despite the turmoil beneath. Good, Lothenia whispered, satisfied, then let us prepare for war. But as Daemonweaver turned toward the balcony, looking out over her city, she could not shake the ghost of his eyes, the echo of his voice, the love that had not died, only been buried beneath the darkness. And for the first time she feared. Not for her throne, not for her power, but for her soul.